What is up tonight, everybody? Niner gang. Hope everybody's having a great night tonight. I once again forgot to turn off my notifications as always. I don't know why I'm always scrambling at the last second, even though I'm super ready before everything, guys. But like I said, I hope everybody's having a great night tonight. I hope you guys are ready to call in. I did leave the link in the comments if everybody would be so kind as to call in to give your thoughts, man. Let me know what you guys are thinking, what's on your guys' mind. Just vent a little bit. I know, well, first and foremost, the 49ers concluded their first day of practice today of the week. And, we'll go over the injury report real quick. Couple guys that were limited. That was Kinlaw, Ebukam, and Jennings. Ebukam and Jennings, they were limited with ankles. So they should be all right, man. They should be good to go this week for the game. Kinlaw as well, limited in practice, but he was with a knee. So that one's pretty worrisome, man. I would love to get your guys' thoughts on that. But as we all know, the injury history with Javon Kinlaw, man, he doesn't have the greatest knees in the world. And earlier in the season, I hope I don't jinx it, but earlier in the season, he was having issues where he didn't really have an injury, but he was getting liquid in his knee for whatever reason. And so that had to be drained and he had to be basically taken off the squad, deactivated. So it's starting to look that way again. I hope that's not the case. But again, he was limited in practice. So he was practicing. So that's promising, guys. Wish the best for him. I'll definitely be praying that he gets to continue to prove himself. That way he can make a difference in his pocket and his bank account as well, man. So he can make a future for himself, especially on this team with the 49ers. I would like to see him succeed. But I'm not gonna lie, man. It's not looking too great. But yeah, these guys are all limited, so they should all be playing this week. Ambry Thomas again was out practice, and of course, Jimmy Garoppolo was limited or listed as out again for practice. I think everybody kind of saw that coming. So we'll see, man. Jimmy Garoppolo was supposed to be ready to start practicing by the divisional round of the playoffs. It's now the divisional round of the playoffs, so we'll see how things are going if he's activated next week to go ahead and start practicing. Um, so yeah, that's the injury report. I want to know what your guys' thoughts are. So if you guys would like to call in and kind of start going, giving your thoughts in the chats, all that type of stuff. But I want to talk a little bit about Cowboys live stream that I was in today. I didn't realize that it was a Cowboys stream that I was entering. I just saw something about 49ers Cowboys. And so I clicked on it, popped up on my feed on YouTube. And man, these guys were talking mad shit, man. and the host, I think his name was Vach. We kept asking him for the link and stuff like that. And he was just basically trying to clown the 49er fans, it seemed like. And talking his shit and the horrible tone he had was pretty irritating. So I was spitting some facts to the people in the chat. Of course, the Cowboy fans don't actually know football, so they're just talking about how scared the 49er fans are, and they don't know why we're in their chat and stuff like that. Not realizing that we were actually speaking facts, and it was just a matter of opinion for them. So they were super pissed off about it. I didn't like the tone of the host. He was acting like a little. So instead of supporting that stream, I went ahead and left. I know another guy that I was waiting for the link was Jesse Naylor from Last Second Sports was in there too. Niners all damn day was in there. But let me check the comments real quick because I know some of you guys are in here already. We got Steve-O Supreme. Oh, you know what? Let me go to the top because Rob D Art was the first person here. He says, "Let's go Niners Empire." Hell yeah, man. Are you a Yankees fan? A 49er Yankee fan? Because that's what your new picture looks like. But thanks for being here as always. Steve-O Supremo, again, thanks for being here as always as well. They will be like Willis and Bowman if they don't win it. Hey man, That's the thing. That's one of the topics I'm going to get into, whether the 49ers are going to stay hungry or kind of go the other way. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that later. But if you guys haven't already, go ahead and answer the poll question. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on the bell notification. The poll question is: do you guys think Fred Warner and Greenlaw are the new Bowman and Willis? In my opinion, they are, but they aren't. Steve O Supremo brings up a great point, that they will be like Bowman and Willis if they don't win it, if they don't win the Super Bowl. Because Bowman and Willis were this close, man, and just that far away, man. So it's been the story as of late for the 49ers. I've talked about how in the past decade we could have won multiple Super Bowls, and it just hasn't gone that way yet. So I think this is our year. One thing I did see on the NFL stats was the Chiefs are favored to win the Super Bowl. But the 49ers aren't too far behind. Under the Chiefs would be the Bills, are second for highest odds to win the Super Bowl. Then it's the 49ers. But the margin is it's not very far apart. The 49ers are right there. I think the Chiefs are plus 310 when it comes to, I guess, Vegas odds. When the 49ers are 380, and I believe the Bills are 350. So let me know what you guys think about that. Now, when it comes to Bowman and Willis, man, and Warner and Greenlaw, I think they're uh, Warner and Greenlaw are like the new age Bowman and Willis. I think the league has gotten a lot faster. Depending what team you're on, a couple teams they like to play it more powerful, a little bit slower, but uh, they're the new age Bowman and Willis where they can knock the crap out of you, but they can fly around the field super fast, sideline to sideline, great in coverage. The all around good linebacker. So I think so. I think they're just a little more, where Bowman and Willis would hit harder. Uh, Warner and Greenlaw don't hit as hard, but they're more agile. So, it's a little bit of give and take, but I think they're right there with that tandem as far as on pace for a good legacy. No, Rob Diart says no, they are the Fred Warner and Greenlaw. Yeah, yeah. I like it, but just as a signature 49ers tandem is basically what I mean. We got Raphael 5629ers in here. What's up, Raphael? As always, man, thanks for being here. Um, let me see. Raphael says Cal Patty's taking that L. And yeah, man, if anybody would like to call in, I'm going to throw the link in the chat one more time just so it refreshes. I know how YouTube live chats can be a little tricky. So go ahead and call in if you guys want to get any thoughts across live on here. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to. But Raphael says, I was in Law Nation podcast. Man, they delusional. Exactly, man. I don't know what the hell that sound was. I don't know if you guys could hear that. Let me know. But yeah, that was the thing about being in the Cowboys chat. Like they weren't speaking facts. They were just like, "Oh, we're gonna whoop on the Niners." Like they're completely delusional. They don't know what the Cowboys are. They don't know about us. Like basically just talking shit, talking out their ass, blowing a bunch of smoke, man. Not like I think they forget that the 49ers whooped their ass last year. The score got a little closer there at the end than really what the game indicated. Of course, I think Jimmy Garoppolo had a hand in helping the Cowboys come back. I think offensively we should have been able to set ourselves a little further apart, but it is what it is, man. We still beat the Cowboys last year and we're even better this year. So I don't know how they figure. On paper, we should win. Um, but the optimism. Basically, what I told them before I left the chat, I told them, I love that you guys are sleeping on the 49ers. I think you guys should put some damn respect on it, but it is what it is, man. I'll wait till after the game and I'll just laugh in your face, to be honest. Rob Diart says that the New York City Niner Empire logo. Oh, okay, right on. Hell yeah. There you guys go. It's right there on screen. You guys can see what the New York City Niner Empire logo is. Um, let me see. Yeah, if you guys could throw four flames in the comments, as always, if you guys could, I'll try to find the ones that can't. I know not everybody can do four flame emojis, especially if you're on a laptop or something. Then I'll go ahead and try and find it anyways. Try and get my attention somehow if you could. Um, Steve O Supremo says they were mostly run stoppers. These guys are zone defenders. Um, who are you talking about? Oh, okay, you're talking about the linebackers. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's a different type of linebacker, but the tandem as a whole, I think the Warner and Greenlaw tandem are on the brink of a very good legacy. The 49ers, of course, they found a steal in the 5th round. We find Fred Warner. I don't know, man. Do you guys think that dude could be a Hall of Famer one day? But we found him in the 3rd round, and the dude has been awesome for us. I know he's had his ups and downs a little bit, but he's always been reliable. The best ability is availability, and he's always been there for the most part for us. Hardly ever misses games, knock on wood. And I'm speaking about Fred Warner. Great find in the 3rd round. Of course, that's going to lead us to talk about a certain guy who just took off to the Titans, man. Ran Carthon, but Greenlaw was a 5th rounder, and just um, it's just awesome, man, to be able to get the bang for our buck and signing. This was something that I talked about earlier in the season, is signing some of these guys like Mosley, Greenlaw, everybody who we would want to keep. Try and get them signed sooner than later, kind of like that bulky mentality, the Trent Bulky mentality. During the Harbaugh era, they would sign players earlier in the season before they took off, and it was little bit of insurance for both sides, because it works for both sides. Like for Mosley, if he would have signed before he got injured, he would have had that guaranteed contract, regardless of whether he got hurt or not, right? And then the 49ers would get to save some money because they're basically giving the player insurance early early on in the season. So I like that they did that with Greenlaw. I was calling for it earlier in the season. Sure enough, they got it done. It was awesome, man. We got him for a steal, about 2 years, $16 million contract extension. So I love that, man. That's so awesome. But yeah, like Steve Supremo said, they're a different type of linebacker, but um, they're both of those tandems are very well rounded. So let me see. David McNiner says, "What's up, Wolf? How about CMC averaging 7.9 yards a carry?" Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. I was talking about how, I got to go back and check Elijah Mitchell's stats for the season. I'm pretty sure he's averaging about like 5 point something. But I was talking about how in the last game of the regular season versus the Cardinals, he was averaging 11 yards per carry, which is pretty downright amazing. It's I don't want to call it fluky, but we can't count on every game to be like that. Especially since you're not playing the Cardinals every week. But that's still pretty damn impressive for making that kind of production in a game in the NFL. So I want to check Elijah Mitchell's stats, but yeah, man, CMC, I don't think there's enough that can be said about it. Like the acquisition the 49ers made, like it was big news for a reason, man. That was probably my biggest live stream at the beginning of my YouTube career with this 49ers content. Um, I don't remember. I know I surpassed 100 on the stream, in the stream, during the time that news broke. I went live almost right away as soon as the news broke, and the kind of the NFL world was going crazy about it. And so it helped my channel grow a little bit, man. And I think that was for a reason. This is no NFL player to take lightly. This dude is a versatile weapon, and now especially with the young quarterback. I mean, I know I'm preaching to the choir here, guys, but David McNiner brought it up, so that's why I'm talking about it. I'm preaching to the choir. You guys know we have a young quarterback, and a guy like CMC really helps take a load off somebody like that. Really, any quarterback at that point. especially the other weapons. Of course, that opens things up for all of them as well, and vice versa. Let me see. Raphael 5629ers. And I want to know something real quick, guys. Throw four flames in the comment real quick. I want to know why the hell nobody told me that my microphone was muffled in the last stream. Fuckers. I didn't realize. I went back and watched a little bit of it just to I kind of go check my streams afterwards just to see if there was anything wrong with it. And sure enough, I forgot that my computer restarted because it had an update, and my microphone for StreamYard had switched back to my laptop microphone. So the sound on that live stream was super muffled. Man, you guys are supposed to have my back, guys. What the hell, man? So let me know how the sound quality is now. I got it back. I should have it switched back to my what is it? My studio microphone, I guess you can call it. Let me know, guys, and why you guys dropped the ball on me, not letting me know about that. Raphael 5629ers says, just wait, after the game, Dallas fans will be punching all their TVs and walls. Yeah, guys. I don't know if you guys have seen the video. There's actually, I remember last year after the Cowboys lost, there was a video of a Cowboy fan, and it was cute, man, because he busted out a little hooker gun, like a little 22 handheld handgun, and he punches his TV off the wall, nice flat screen off the wall. It falls to the ground. He's smashing it. And he shoots it with his gun. So hopefully we could get some more reactions like that. Pretty typical of Cowboy fans, I think. Uh, so I can't wait till all the memes and everything that come out after the game. Rob D. Art says they got close after Nicholas John Bosa went out of the game in second half. That's part of it too, right? What was it? One Richard James Garoppolo and one Nicholas John Bosa. Both of those things did not help the 49ers towards this second stretch of the game. So yeah, man. This is a different team, man. You know, I think we can have a lot more guys we can rely upon. The offense is a lot more explosive. I just don't see how Dallas can stop this team offensively. I'm just worried about our team defensively. Not worried, but if there's anything I'm going to worry about, it would be that. Like even special teams, I think they've been handling business. Defense, not creating enough pressure. Of course, trying to contain Dak Prescott. He is mobile. He can throw on the run. He has a strong arm, so getting to him quickly before he gets time to go through his progressions, making him rush through all that stuff, making him uncomfortable in the pocket, even when there is no pressure. Make the consistent pressure beforehand so that he always feels that pressure. But I love Rob Diart how he says Nicholas John Bosa. I love when they call him Nicholas John Bosa. I don't know why, or Richard James Garoppolo. I don't know why. This shit's funny. It cracks me up. Let me see. Yeah, Raphael 5629er says they don't respect Purdy. Yeah, I was getting big readings of that, guys. When like I talked about how I went into the Cowboys stream on accident. Um, and I thought it was neutral. I thought it was just a sports cast. Didn't have any 49er logos, didn't have any Cowboy logos. I think it was called The Volume with Vach Lombardi. And yeah, I don't know. I guess he's a Cowboys fan, but they were talking mad shit about Purdy. And basically, they're trying to say how the 49ers haven't played anybody they haven't played anybody, basically. When they faced a top tier offense in the Kansas City Chiefs, they got their asses whooped. And that's their whole argument. That was their whole argument the whole time. Sorry if you guys could hear my kids. they're they're home right now, so they're causing ruckus. Raphael 5629ers says Jennings will be left open. Dallas will be focusing on all our pros. I think so too, man. He should be ready to go this week. If you guys didn't catch that earlier, I gave the injury report. Jennings is listed as limited in practice. So he did practice today a little bit. He has an ankle issue, like an his ankle's a little hurt, but he should be good to go, man. And yeah, I'm looking forward to Jennings getting open. We'll see if the Cowboys learn their lesson because I feel like Jennings was one of the top guys to teach the Cowboys their lesson last year. And I think a big key to this game is getting really physical with the Cowboys. I think this is going to be a game where Debo really gets up and goes after that Cowboys defense. I think this is a game where you, like how I'm saying physical, this is a yards after catch game, I think, man. Run the ball and short intermediate routes where these guys like Debo, Jennings, CMC, Elijah Mitchell, even passing to Elijah Mitchell, they've been getting that going the last couple weeks. So I love to see that because I've been asking for it for a while. But smashing the Cowboys in the mouth, both offensively and defensively, bully the so-called bullies, as they tried to say last year that they were the bullies and that they were going to bully the bully. Um, Sure enough, it didn't pan out that way. Um, so I want the 49ers to smack them in the mouth with Debo. I hope he gets a lot of touches in this game and just sets the tone, man, on guys like Trayvon Diggs who don't like to tackle. Just be overall physical. I think that's going to bode well for the offense and gassing the Cowboys out defensively. But yeah, man, Jennings, third and Juwan for a reason, man. It's bound to happen. I hope he can stay healthy. I hope he's out there on the field, and I hope he gets some touches. I love that the 49ers threw a deep pass to him. Finally, thank you. Against the Seahawks, they threw a deep pass to him. Didn't connect. Looked like Purdy. And this is something that I've noticed, guys. His timing is a little bit off, and that's not to knock on him because, he's a super young quarterback, new to the offense. This is a super fat, complicated playbook in the 49ers offense. So the footwork stuff, all the intricacies of the playbook, I think they're going to come with time, man. We got to be a little patient with him. He's going to miss a couple plays just because of setting the feet, throwing off his timing a little bit. And that I think that was the case with that deep shot to Jennings was he just um, took a half second too late and kind of had to throw that ball more on a line, and so the defender had more of a shot at it. Huff pick six says Raphael 5629ers. I love it, man. I hope so, dude. He's taking a lot of flack, but for good reason, of course. You know, um, like I said, I just want him to take a good look in the mirror. In weeks past, D'Amico Ryans as well, help him out. And he did. He had wise words for him. Hey, don't play hero ball. Stick to your assignment, and let me take care of putting you guys in position to be successful. So Huff, in the last game, he didn't really give up any huge plays. Yeah, he didn't give up any huge plays. He didn't really make any plays either. Still blitzing him. I think that's going to come with time. He's going to get there, and I really hope it's against Dak. I hope he cracks him right in the ass. That'd be hilarious. But yeah, man. Just like Diamador Lenore, like I thought he caught too much flack for no reason. Hafunga, there was reason there. It was just, but I want to see him be successful. And so I would love a pick six for him. I would love a pick six for Jimmy Ward. I would love a pick six for any of these guys, let's be honest. But just because of the flack, Hafunga making a comeback, everybody loves a good comeback story, I think, man. Nick Donald says that non-binary cow team is going to take an L. I think so, man. I think so. I don't want to jinx anything. I don't want to sound too confident. I'm not on the 49ers. I'm on the 49ers as team as far as it goes with personnel. I would like to think because I promote their team through content and I show them a lot of love. So I'm associated with the 49ers, but I'm not part of the active roster, I guess you could say. So I think I could take the Cowboys lightly. I'm allowed to take the Cowboys lightly. The players on game day don't get to. But I do think we're going to dominate and very very good fashion. What you guys think, man? We still got plenty of time. There's no reason to rush into predictions just yet. I just thought, I haven't streamed in a couple days. I'm still kind of gathering content, still doing my studies. Part of the reason I streamed a little bit earlier today, I wanted to stream even earlier, but I feel like a lot of people stream Wednesday night. So I want to get on before everybody, so you guys could have a chance to go and watch all them guys as well. We can all go support those guys as well. Um, so yeah, man, I wanted to jump on, give some thoughts about the game, some things I've been looking at. I've specifically been focusing on defense mostly. I think the offense has been great. Like I said, when it comes to the offensive miscues, I think it's just timing with Brock Purdy. I don't think there's really anything else we can knock. The offensive line is doing a really great job. The run blocking, the pass protection is doing pretty damn good. We're gonna have to wait and see how the offensive line performs against the Dallas Cowboys defensive line, who is supposed to be pretty damn good. So we'll see how that pans out. I'm very confident in the 49ers O line. They get help from the tight ends, the fullbacks, even the halfbacks. So yeah, the halfbacks. Okay, the halfback slash slot receiver named CMC as well. Uh, so yeah, man, we got all the weapons. We've got a really good run game. Uh, like I said, with Purdy, I'm not trying to knock him. It's just something that's going to come with time, especially another offseason. If he is named the starter next year and he gets a whole nother offseason in this playbook, and I know we're getting ahead of ourselves here. I think all that stuff, when it comes down pack, is just gonna look beautiful, guys. So you guys have that to look forward to. Hopefully he can stay healthy. We don't want another situation like Trey Lance, man. With the injury is what I'm referring to. And hopefully Trey Lance comes back as soon as possible. Wishing him the best. Let me know what you guys think about Trey Lance, man. Do you think he's going to request a trade? How do you think that's going to go? I think he's going to battle it out. I think he has the right mindset. I've talked about the culture that the 49ers have built in this organization. Just the type of culture where it's a team mentality, and they like to bring in guys that work hard, right? They're quote unquote tryhards, right? They're later picks in the draft that pan out really good because they work their asses off and pay attention to the fine minute details of the game. So let me know what you guys think about Trey Lance, how that's going to pan out next season. But outside of that, man, I'm just all over the place today. Again, if anybody would like to call in, I'm going to throw the link in the comments one more time. I might throw it in again later if we get more people, but shout out to all you guys. Please like and subscribe. Raphael 5629er says, who is more mobile, Gino or Dak? I would rank them as very similar when it comes to mobility. I don't know what their 40 splits are, their 40 times, but they look very similar in their strides. The thing with Dak Prescott, I think he's just all around more dangerous when it comes to being at the quarterback position. Now we'll have to see when he's tested against a better defense, because he's been playing lackluster defenses. He had a lot of trouble with, actually, the one defense that he faced that was pretty damn good was the Washington defense, the Washington Commanders, top 5 defense over there. They were ranked number 4. Cowboys ended up getting beat by their 3rd string quarterback. So I don't know who they think they're fooling. I still think they're pretenders, but hopefully the 49ers don't think that. I don't think they do, man. I think they really are getting up for this game, and they're hearing all the hype. They see all the history between these two teams. But back to your question, I think Dak, he will have more chances to get mobile just because of his O-line and because of his arm. When a quarterback can threaten you down the field, and he can kind of dissect you offensively, that will open things up for his mobility. So 49ers, gap discipline, stick to your assignment, and keep contained, man. If you guys don't get pressure, keep contained. Don't get out of your gaps, because we've seen what happens Prime example against what's his name? What's his damn name? The Raiders quarterback that we just faced. His damn name is slipping right now. But I'm gonna bring my boy David McNiner in right now because Jared Stidham. We saw it against Jared Stidham. No gap discipline. He gashed us over and over again when it came to mobility. But I've got my boy David McNiner on backstage, so let's bring him on. Welcome. How are you doing?
What's going on, buddy?
Hey
Oh
man, good
yeah,
to
I don't have my super bright light on that shines right in my face.
Hey, is that a towel? Is that a poster? What is that back there? It's a nice addition.
Oh, you're talking about that?
Yeah, to the left. I forget you can't
That
see my mouse. Yeah,
that's a that it's a poster.
right on. It looks nice, bro.
But yeah, I got it off Amazon. It actually wasn't bad.
I'm telling you,
I like it. I left enough
guys.
space. I left enough space up here because Corey Davis sent me the prize for winning the picks for the season, and that I measured it, and it's going to fit up there perfectly.
Hell yeah, man. That's what's
So,
up. If
yep.
anybody wants to know, of course,
Yeah,
like
what the
David
heck
said,
do I got going on there? Do I got like a tumor or something? The camera sees and I don't. No, I'm
it's,
just,
it's the lighting. There's a shadow on one side and not on the other. That's weird. But
and it's on both. It's on both sides. Yeah, it is. It's probably just the lighting.
yeah, it's just the lighting. I didn't notice it till you pointed it out. So congratulations to you for pointing it out. Now everybody's gonna point at it and say mole,
What
mole,
is
mole.
that? What is that?
Yeah, yeah. If anybody wants to know about good deals, guys, like those banners I have behind me, the photographs I have like of the catch. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit. I have like this in the top. What is that? Top right, top left corner
Oh
over there.
yeah,
I
I
have
can see that.
a framed photo of the catch. Dwight Clark. I got it for like $7. Like framed in plastic and everything. Like really nice, man. Beautiful condition. From lids.com, they're always having clearance sales, and I get like really nice 49ers hats that at the lids store will cost you like $40, but if you go and wait till they have a clearance on the website, you'll get it for like $12.99, $20.99. Those flags above my head, the SF Niners ones, those are like $7, I think, if not cheaper, $6.99. So great deals over there, guys.
Well, I actually have I have a plan. Well, like the gap right here. I'm
Uh-huh.
getting better at looking. I'm getting better at doing things backwards. Um, I have a whole bunch of cards I won off Mariah,
Yeah.
for 49 faithfully. So they're going to be going up here, and but like Corey Davis's my prize is going right here. It says Niners NFC West champions,
Hell
and
yeah.
then I'm gonna put all those cards up starting, and keep them coming down because there's quite a few. I actually
Yeah.
have like patches I won off Beto, which
Ooh.
I gotta look at something because I think I'm missing two.
It might be
But
quota
he
soto.
might have forgotten to send them, but I'll get with him about that. But
All right, Beto.
but
I
I
know.
was looking at I have three patches. I think I should have five, but I gotta like I don't even know when. No big
Yeah.
deal, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
You should get them.
those patches are going on this here flag, in
That's
the
what I was gonna
corners.
say. Yep.
Yep,
Sew them. Yep. Hell yeah, man.
yep.
That's what's up. Nick Donald says the non-binary call. Oh, did he say Cali team? I thought he said cow
Cal
team
team.
earlier. Let me see. Cow. He said cow team earlier.
Yep, cow team. That no,
Okay.
yeah,
Now he's got me lost.
I'm sure he means the cow team. I'm
Okay.
sure he
Yeah.
means that.
Okay. Throwing me off here, man. I don't know what team you're on, but uh, I said something earlier in the Cowboys stream. I said something
Cowboys stream. Hold on.
the yeah, it was on accident. I didn't know it was a Cowboys stream, but I told them the Cowboys are going to lick cow balls or something like that.
Well,
Um Raphael 5629ers says CMC is going for over 200 all-purpose yards. Yeah, man, I think that's going to be Debo, really, in my hit.
I wouldn't mind
Okay, there we
seeing
go.
it. Okay,
Yeah,
there
man.
we go. I had to tame that light down a bit. It was blinding me.
Yeah. I think they're going to work hand in hand, a really great tandem, CMC and Debo. I think those two guys are really going to go off. And after they gash the Cowboys in the first half, I think Ayuk and Jennings are going to go off in the second half. But we'll see how it all pans out, man. What do you think, David? Do you think 200 all-purpose yards for CMC?
It is possible. I mean, when it comes to the Cowboys defense, a lot of the Cowboys are like, "Oh, we got Diggs. Diggs got cooked last year. He straight got cooked by Debo."
Uh-huh.
And what do you think is going to happen this year? You know, you put him on Ayuk so he can get cooked by Ayuk. I don't think it matters.
Yeah, he was cooking all game last year in the playoffs against the Cowboys. If
And
nobody tuned into that.
with all the weapons we have,
Uh-huh.
you stack the box to play the run. All right, we have Debo, Ayuk, George Kittle, Ray. We could always throw McCaffrey out in the slot to make it 4 wide if we feel like.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's kind of like, well, do you really want to stack the box to play the run against us? Because we got a quarterback that can actually throw the ball now.
Yeah. They're
So
not going to
that's
do it,
not going to
man.
be so effective.
That if they do that, that's completely idiotic. But I would love to see it. As a 49er fan, I would love to see the Cowboys try and attempt something stupid like that. Of course.
It would be great.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like
I
you're
would
saying.
absolutely love it.
You're
Yep,
just open, like you're saying, it just open up the floodgates for everything. But
that's right.
to answer this one right here, I think Debo would have the 200 all-purpose yards. If they both do, oh man, I'm not going to shy away from that. I'm not going to complain about it,
Dude,
man.
that's
So
like
that'd be dope.
that's game over. But I mean,
I,
I expect it to be like, if quite a few of our games in the win streak, the first half, we're like, oh boy, they're still in it. We're not blowing them away. Then we come out in the second half after making adjustments and just start whooping. Like the commies, that's a prime example right there. They hung with us for a half, but
the
then we come out in the
Seahawks,
second half and smacked them around.
our
And
last game
then
was probably the prime example.
the Sea Chickens too.
Yeah.
That they hung with us for a half. They're up 17-16. They're their first half champs.
I know I've said this on my last live stream, but you guys didn't tell me my damn microphone was muffled. Thank you very much.
I
You're
honestly
supposed
didn't
to
even notice. I was like, I didn't really, I didn't notice. I have earbuds in too, and these things, the sound quality is really good.
You see how you are?
So,
No,
and
it was
I know the mic on these is a little better than the one in the tablet I'm using. So,
yeah, it sounds pretty good,
you
man.
know,
So the thing that I was talking about that I said on my last live stream was it was basically a post game of the 49ers Seahawks wild card round of the playoffs. And the Seahawks, they hung in there, right? They're a division opponent. They put up a good fight, man, but it felt inevitable. Like bending but not breaking, trying their hardest to just play as disciplined as they could. And if they made a mistake, they were just done. And they were playing really good disciplined football for a while there, man. They were sticking in there. So kudos to them. They still suck, but Eric Wallace, I still love you, man. All my Seahawks fans that tune in, I still love you guys. I'm just talking shit, but yeah, man. It just felt like that game was inevitable at some point. If the Seahawks, when they made their mistake, that things were just going to completely unravel, and sure enough, that was the case. Plus, I think, like you said, something could be said for DeMeco Ryans making adjustments in the second half. Brock Purdy, of course, getting a better handle on the ball because a lot of those inaccurate passes in the first half, I don't know how much of that was the rain being a slippery ball or what, but I noticed timing was a big issue in the first half.
well, I don't know. I don't know if when it comes down to it, I think it was the playoff jitters for Brock.
Could be that too. Yeah.
He is a rookie.
Yeah.
Last pick of the draft for the, I don't know, hundredth 200th, 300th, whatever time. And
Yeah.
it was his first playoff game ever.
Yeah.
So he's gonna have the jitters, and that's what I think the first half was. He ended the game 18 for 30 for 324 yards, 3 TDs passing, and 1 rushing.
Uh-huh.
So that's a pretty damn good game. A lot of people are like, oh, that's, passing percentage wise, I don't care about that. He
Well,
can be 50% as long as he's hitting the ones that matter.
yeah, exactly. That's the thing about this offense that even Kyle Shanahan talked about it, guys, where there were points, of course, you want to clean things up, right? But bouncing back from plays that were missed, the 49ers made up for them in other plays. And so he really loved that about it. I love that about it, that even though we still miss plays, we still make up from within the same drive. If we miss a deep shot in the first down, we'll make it later on in that drive. And we end up scoring, what was it, eight of 9 drives we scored in the last game, I believe. So
Yep.
yeah, guys, I love it, man. It just, this offense seems completely unstoppable. I do see that we have a couple of Cowboys fans in the chat, guys. If you guys would like to call in, go ahead. But respectfully, let's all keep it respectful, guys. Likewise with all my 49er fans in here. Let's try and make it like a reasonable discussion if we can, to have like an actual conversation. That would be cool. But if you guys would like to call in, I'm going to throw the link in the chat again. But anyways, Raphael 5629ers says, and this is a great question: will you be shocked if Debo takes a punt return or a kick return? Do you want to take that one first? Because I know I have my answer ready.
It's the playoffs. I would not be shocked. But we also have Ray McLeod, so I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, Ray's been pretty damn good for us this year. He hasn't been super explosive, but he's taking care of the football, taking care of field position for the most part, playing we got to keep him to mistake-free football. But when it comes to Debo taking punts and kick returns, it would surprise me in this game. But just because I don't feel like this is a game where we would need it. If we, I think that's something you save for when we need, kind of like the playoffs last year, where you used Debo everywhere and anywhere because you needed to. You needed a spark because of the lackluster offense that we had. The defense was carrying the team for a lot of the way because we had a Jimmy Garoppolo led offense that was pretty lackluster, I think. So yeah, I would be shocked. I think that's something you save for the Super Bowl or the NFC Championship. Maybe I'm sleeping on the Cowboys a little bit. It's possible, guys. It's possible. Steve-O Supremo says, we are actually losing comp picks because you can only get 2 a year, LOL. Last I heard, that's not true. But, I got to look into it again. I'll be honest, because all the experts that I've checked in with, they all say that we're having about 11 draft picks this coming off season, unless we trade. So,
so think about this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're getting draft picks for our office guy that left. Good luck to him. He's a good man. He was good at what he does, and I do wish him good luck.
Yeah.
And that's the nature of being good in the NFL, is you get guys picked from you. But it was a minority hiring, like Mike McDaniels was.
Uh-huh.
And no, I kind of look at him like, huh? You are?
Hey,
he really is, though. He really is. It's true.
Yeah, that's real shit, man. I've seen there's a lot of guys that are part black that look straight up white. We even get that in the Native community. I know it's in the Mexican community. Yeah, I know a few people that are half black or a quarter black, and they just look straight up white. So I wouldn't even say McDaniels looks straight up white. Like he could even pass for like Portuguese or something, which is European. I understand that, but
either way, he was a minority hiring, so we get draft picks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now this guy, we're getting one this year and next year, and I don't know if it's a third, fourth, or fifth, but it's somewhere in there.
Mm.
And now D'Amico,
Third.
he's interviewing with 4 teams.
Yeah.
If he chooses to leave, which I would take him over the draft picks all day, I'm
Mhm.
not gonna lie. He chooses to leave. That's another 2 draft picks, but not necessarily this year. It's one this year and one next year. So then we got Jimmy G, who is classified as a high level free agent because he's a quarterback. He
Yeah.
signs with a team. There's another third round pick. So we have potentially 3 more third round compensatory picks coming
Mhm.
our way. And
And
so
that's
far, I don't think Kyle and John have done incredibly well in the third round. Caleb Witherspoon. That one guy that we cut this offseason,
he's doing
that running back.
yeah, he's doing good in
Um,
Pittsburgh. But we got my boy Swan Song backstage. I don't want to have him waiting too long. I'm gonna bring him up real quick, but I wanted to hit this comment real quick by Rob D Art because I thought it was super hilarious because I was talking about the microphone. He's like, "Sorry, didn't catch that. You all good now?" But Swan Song, let's give him a warm welcome, guys. How you doing, man? Good to hear from you.
Hey, what's up? Good. Thanks for taking my call.
Of course, man.
Yeah. Just a little clarification. I found this because I was wondering.
Oh,
he's cutting out.
yeah. We'll just ask him to
He
repeat it
gets.
in a second.
He
Yo, Swan
gets.
Song.
What's up? Can you
You
hear
cut
me?
out there. Yeah, you cut out there for a second.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think my wife was calling me. So,
Uh-oh.
so this is no worries. So what happens is if we lose D'Amico, that
Hmm.
gets clumped in with Rand Carthen. So it would be just an extra pick in 2025. So instead
Uh-huh.
of like the 2, because that's how they do it. If you have 2, they won't give you another 2 picks. They'll just clump them together and give you one more year. So we would get 23, 24, and 25. And then as far
Oh, okay.
as Jimmy goes, if Jimmy's contract is say 15 million per year, then that's a fourth. If it's like 20 million, it's going to be a third, and we wouldn't get that until 2024.
Oh man.
But I mean,
Yeah. Once
it's
he has the guaranteed money, right?
yeah. But
Yeah.
these picks are awesome because it's like we're going to be swimming in these third round comp picks for
Yeah.
up until 2025.
Free money.
Yep.
Hell yeah, man. And we need it too. Of course, everybody knows what we all gave up for Trey Lance and CMC. So we need some of that stuff back, of course. Thanks for checking that out for us, man. Yeah, I some of the experts were saying 11 draft picks for this year. I don't want to put them on blast who all said it, but that's what they said. We had 11 draft picks this year, and I'm going to go back and double check that and see how many specifically we are getting this year.
I was looking for something for anything accurate, and I'm just going to wait till the draft is coming up because at this point I don't think there is anything.
Oh, no. I feel you. But
Yeah.
Swan Song, you said after a certain limit, or you said after D'Amico, if he ends up signing somewhere that would get
Yeah.
clumped
So
in.
yeah, if D'Amico ends up signing,
Which we hope doesn't happen.
Dang, he cut out again. Shit.
Well,
Let me hit this comment real quick. We'll see if he taps back in.
yeah.
Celts
There's
Chronicles. Yeah, he says, "What's up, Celts? Everybody, go check out Celts. By the way, man. I'm gonna hit this comment real quick, and I gotta drop his link in the comments. But he says our offense in the playoffs last year was Mitchell and Debo. Period. We've come a long way. Exactly, man. The Cowboys think this is the same old 49ers with a mid-tier running back because they think because Mr. Pollard over there got chosen in the Pro Bowl over CMC that he's just outright better and because of that the Cowboys offense is better. But Swan Song, it looked like you were back. I don't test the microphone real quick. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna remove him, and we'll
Yeah,
see if
Swan.
he.
I know him from other shows like
Yeah,
Mariah's show. He goes on there a lot.
yeah. Swan's awesome. Whenever he calls in, man, he always has great takes.
Yep.
I'm gonna remove him and see if he calls back in. Swan Song, if you can hear me, um, call back in if you want to. If not, no pressure. Thanks for calling in though. Either way. Um, but yeah, we've come a long way, as Kelt says. Do you have any takes on that, David?
Well, last year, yeah, Mitchell and Debo, period, and
Mhm.
that's kind of true. I mean, we did have Ayuk, but we had one guy, the one guy that was holding us back, Jimmy G,
Yeah.
the guy that couldn't utilize Ayuk being wide open, mid range to downfield. And how many times did we see that over the course of last season and in the playoffs?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it comes down to a certain point where it's like, Kyle, I know you like the guy for some reason, but he is not utilizing the weapons you have. You have to call a game a certain way to tailor to his needs. And I don't hate Jimmy G. I've said this many times. I do not hate Jimmy G. I wish him well wherever he ends up, as long as it ain't here. But now here we are. We have Glock bring the pain Purdy, and he is just a better quarterback. He's not jittery in the pocket. He's poised. He's not progressing through his reads too fast. That's actually something I saw with Jimmy G. Is he would progress through his reads so fast he would miss people.
Yeah. Jittery. Yep.
And Brock Purdy's legs, runs on out, extends the play, gets the defensive backfield, cussing at him, and then he throws it downfield to the open guy. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
So I don't understand. What is she talking about? If Miss Issa,
Which one? Oh, whoops.
No, I think he's having a current conversation.
Yeah. My bad.
Yeah.
We got, like I said, we got a couple Cowboys fans in here. Let me sift through the comments real quick.
Oh, that's cool. They'll come out of the woodwork, dude. It's literally hate week. For them, it's 49er hate week. For us, it's Cowboys hate week. Even Steven.
I want to ask you something real quick, David, because I got a little bit of flack for this. And, if you don't want to answer, feel free, just say pass. But I got flack, man, for comparing Jimmy Garoppolo's playoff stats to Brock Purdy. To me, it's fair game, man. That's his professional performance. Sorry to break it to you, but all the love and respect I have for Jimmy Garoppolo, the numbers are the numbers. I wasn't satisfied with coming this close to the finish line and not making it. I'm excited
First things first.
for having.
You should have got no flack for a 74.1 QB rating, 160 yards a game, 4 TDs and 6 INTs in 6 games. You should have got no flack for that. Jimmy G just playing. He wasn't good in the playoffs. And Glock, bring the pain, Purdy. Yeah, I know it's a long name, right? He's so far he's thrown for 324 yards and 3 touchdowns and ran for a touchdown. In one game, he has 4 touchdowns, and that was what Jimmy had in 6 games.
Yeah.
So when it comes down to it, you have a full right to talk about this.
I think so, man. I'm a lifelong 49er. Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be here for his career stint, and he gets to move on. Love, respect. I wish him the best in everything, but the numbers are the numbers. I think I have a right to speak on it especially as a lifelong 49er. I'm excited for what the future has in store for us that I see as of right now, the potential. Now, with Jimmy Garoppolo, when they list his stats for the playoffs, they're talking about yards per game, right? To be fair with Brock Purdy, he only has 1 game in the playoffs so far. So it's about 332 yards per game so far that he's passed for. But we'll see how it averages out once he goes through his full stint of playoffs. But as of right now, it looks very promising, guys. I think it's fair game. Raphael 5629ers again brings up a great point about the 49ers are undefeated in Levi's Stadium in the playoffs. That's a great one, man. Hopefully we can continue that trend. And Steve-O Supremo says, Nick, they spread out one person equals third for 2 years, two people, same, but third time we don't get comp pick. That is just, I don't know. That caught me off, man. Rob DeArt says Niners are going to serve more pancakes than IHOP on Sunday. Well, I don't know if IHOP has unlimited pancakes anymore, but I know Denny's is one that has unlimited pancakes. And Swan Song is still backstage. If you're listening, Swan Song, if you do want to jump back in, just hit me in the private chat and let me know when you're ready. I'll toss you back into the live stream, bro. If you're listening. If not, somebody message him. Rob DeArt says, well, yeah, the pancakes. Yeah, man. Kittle, that's what I'm talking about. Playing the physical style of football. I think that's going to be a huge key in playing bully ball this weekend is going to take the life out of the Cowboys. So what do you think about that, David? Do you think that's the case, or do you want more finesse or just complete balance?
The Cowboys are on a short week. They played Monday night. We played Saturday.
Yeah.
So we literally have 2 extra days to heal up and rest. So that's advantage us. The Cowboys have to go all the way from Tampa Bay to home.
Yep.
Then they have to practice, after dealing with the time zone junk. And then they have to come all the way out to our house. We ain't playing at Cowboy Stadium this year. And don't forget, Cowboys fans, we beat you at your house last year with Jimmy G. Don't forget that.
If the shoe was on the other foot and if the Niners had 1 day less of rest, we would be so pissed. Like we would be so pissed about that. I mean, I feel bad for the Cowboys. They got screwed because this is like the first time like they've done a Monday night playoff game. So they did get screwed. So they have, like you said, they got to go through 3 different time zones. And if you think about it, how you saw the team celebrate that win, bro, they celebrated that win like if that was their Super Bowl. And if you see the energy that they're giving off, like, because I pay attention to some of their content creators. I like one. Mark Holmes is one of the guys. He's like a 50-something-year-old guy, has reasonable takes. He's a Cowboy fan, but he's pretty reasonable Cowboy fan. He's not a delusional one. And you can tell the energy is like they've been talking about this they're still talking about this Tampa Bay game. Like, it's like, dude, you guys have the Niners up and you guys are still talking about this Tampa Bay victory. So, but give that they are going to be the toughest team that the Niners have faced since KC. I mean, to me, that there's no doubt about it. Right. And
could be.
They could talk about the competition that the Niners have had, and there is some case to that, right? Because if you look at the teams that the Niners have played, I mean, let's be honest, right? Like, all the teams since KC has had some fatal flaw to them. Like, up and down the list, if you look at the teams that the Niners played, all of them have a fatal list. But we've also blown the crap out of 90% of these games. Like, we've killed them, right? Like, sure, the Raider game was a fluke, and things like that happens, right? But whatever, they pulled out the win. That's what's important, right? And so I think a lot to do with how the defense has been giving up yards is, think about it. If the offense is scoring, right, you're going to play situational football, right? If the offense is scoring, you're going to play situational football. So that means you're going to be zoning up more. You're going to be allowing plays ahead of you in order for time, so it's like people are like stressing out, like, oh, well, the Niners defense is not the same. It's like, dude, we've been blowing out teams. Of course, we're not going to keep our starters in as many reps, right? Like, if you look at last week, Bosa had 40-something reps. Yeah, of course, we're going to give him 70 reps when we're blowing out the team. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know what I mean? And then, of course, every team, no matter if you're talking about the 2002 Ravens or what, every one of those dominant teams, they always have a game or two where they give up more points than you think they do. right?
Yeah.
Because it's football. It's so random. Like, there's so much randomness in football, right? Like, you think about it. Everyone's been knocking Traveris Ward, right, for that last game, right? He gave
Yeah.
up a 50-yard pass play to DK Metcalf, who was outstretched on a perfectly thrown ball, outstretched, caught the ball. Like, every corner gets burned. I don't care who
Yeah.
you are. Everyone will go get burned. But if you look at the rest of the stats, what he gave up to DK Metcalf, if you don't count that 50-yarder, he gave up 35 yards or something like that. So it's like, I don't. It'll
One
be
game.
interesting it's like one game. It's like it's
Yeah.
consistency, right? And Traveris
Yeah.
Ward has been consistent all year, right? So it's
Even though he's been banged up at times as well, so he's been going through that.
Yeah, so it's like I think what we'll see. It'll be interesting to see what. I'm not saying that Dallas, we're gonna just run over Dallas, because I see it two ways, right? I see it where the Niners either blow out the Cowboys or it's a close game. But I do not see the Cowboys blowing out the Niners. That's how I see it, right? Because it's football; anything can happen, right? You can, like, I think if this team played, if they played the Dallas Cowboys 4 times, I think the Niners win 3 of those, right?
I think so, man.
Yeah,
like you're saying, the Cowboys can score. That's the thing. So I think it's a matter of how much can our defense slow them down. I think, the Cowboys are going to get their points. I think we got to be honest about that. They have weapons like Dalton Schultz. That's another guy we got to talk about probably later in the week, because I want to get to some of these Cowboy comments. But the Madden simulation has the score at like 40-13. So according to the Madden gods, the 49ers are going to win like 40 or 42-13. So if anybody prays to the almighty Madden,
I honestly expect the Cowboys to put up a fight.
Yeah,
I do. Every week I don't expect us to blow out, but it's a pleasant surprise when we do.
Yeah.
And at this point, we played the Sea Chickens last week, and they were the last team to make the playoffs. You needed some help. It could have been Green Bay if they could have beat the Lions, but this is for Don Burr, Detroit versus everyone, buddy. But and now we got a better team than the Seahawks coming to town.
Yeah,
they're still coming to our house, and we only lost 1 game, and that was KC.
I think that's the reality.
That was the game before the win. That's what started the win streak. I mean, think about it. The game that pissed our players off. Right there, KC.
Yeah.
So, I mean, right now, I truly fear no team in the NFL the way that the Niners are playing.
Oh yeah, that was definitely a great take a look in the mirror type game with the Chiefs, right? Emmanuel Mosley goes down, and then you just get completely exposed on defense. And so DeMeco Ryans knew he had to tighten things up big time. And I'm glad we got the bye week when we did after that 2-game win streak. The players got their rest. The coaches got time to get things filed and in order. So I think that was a big contributing factor as well. I'm going to try and get through some of these comments real quick. We'll see when Swansong gets back in. But Raphael 5629er says Greenlaw will force a fumble on Pollard. I think very much so, man. He's a huge playmaker in this defense and a very vital piece. So peanut punches, do it. Again, as always, David, if you want to just interject at any time, let me know. Rob D. Art says blocking will be a key in the game, and nobody does it like the 49ers. Yeah, I mean,
that's true.
The wide receivers, I mean, I talked about the O-line earlier. I gave them their kudos, their credit. But the wide receivers on this team, man, it plays hand in hand with getting the ball on deep passes and stuff like that on play action. So, yeah, when you guys see the touchdowns, it all feeds off of the run blocking for the most part. Even the Brandon Ayuk almost touchdown, that was a play action post when he ran in motion that he stopped mid-route for whatever reason. He might have lost the ball, I don't know, or he just didn't think he was getting the ball, so he stopped mid-route. But all that stuff feeds off run blocking. And of course,
And
pass protection.
let's not, speaking of blocking, let's not forget the Ayuk Pancake and Parsons 11-on-11 last playoff game.
Oh yeah.
So
Our
Oh man.
our wide receiver owned that dude. It was like, yeah,
I have a
it was
question for you
awesome.
guys.
Go ahead.
So the Cowboys are, if you count pressures and sacks, they're the number one pressure and sack team, right?
Mhm.
Do you think the Niners will plan for that right off the bat? Meaning they'll keep, let Kittle help out with the line a little bit, Juice help with the line, or you think they're going to go for the throat right away? What do you guys think?
Well, I think while Kyle Shanahan schematically this is part of understanding their assignments and everything when it comes to pass protection and run blocking on the offensive line. That's why I give them their kudos, because when I go back and watch the film, they all understand their assignments, and Kyle Shanahan is getting them perfectly in spots to pull guards at the right moment to hit like guys like Micah Parsons on the edge, and then just gash up the middle and to the outside for big runs and stuff like that, man. So I think it's more schematic. Um, I would love to just run the ball down their throats, but I think there's gonna have to be some schematic finesse involved as well with just the D line we're going up against.
Hey, last week when Tampa Bay was running the ball, the Cowboys couldn't stop it.
Oh, Tampa?
Yeah, and Tampa Bay's offensive line is not as good as ours. So when it comes down to it,
Yeah.
I do expect our coaching staff to be ready for this. When the Seahawks, believe it or not, their defensive line the last several weeks was actually getting a lot of pressures and sacks.
Uh-huh.
And they kept Brock Purdy relatively clean.
Mhm.
And the Cowboys, I mean, last year that I honestly think they had a little bit, that they had about the same defensive line. Probably. I mean, they might be a hair better this year without whoever left for Denver.
Uh-huh.
I don't even know his name. I don't care. He's the Cowboy. But
Randy Gregory.
there we go. There we go. And so now here we are. We're playing at home, and I totally could see Juice getting left back there. If Kyle's calling a longer pass play, I could see. I don't know if he's actually going to use Kittle that way, because Kittle's he's been playing good up until last week. When the Sea Chickens actually did do a lot to try to shut him down, but I don't see Kyle Shanahan leaving Kittle in all game. He'll probably do that with Juice, or he might even. I mean, I don't want to see Tevin Coleman activated. I'd rather see Drake Jackson, but he's actually a pretty good pass blocker. I don't know. I mean, CMC, no. We need him doing the check down thing. We don't need him back there pass blocking. But yeah, I could totally see Juice getting left in. I honestly think our offensive line is going to be ready though. We got Trent Williams, Banks. They're really good. Burford's been getting better, a little bit better every week. He's always scaling up. McGlitchy, the guy I named McGlitchy, has actually been playing pretty good. I should start calling him McGlinchey again.
Yeah, when it comes to Kittle, man, I think we got a pretty good indication of where things can happen with this offense when you try to overcompensate for guys like Kittle. In that Raiders game, they pretty much shut him down. But if you guys remember, that's when Ayuk turned it on and he was playing with his hair on fire, because, of course, when you overcompensate for somebody, you're leaving somebody open. And Brandon Ayuk was that guy for the second stretch, and super clutch for us, man. So pick your poison, Cowboys. You can't cover everybody.
We didn't have Debo for that game either.
Yeah, exactly.
So now we have Debo, Ayuk, and Kittle.
Exactly.
And CMC coming out of the backfield. Yeah, try to stop us.
We got Jaguayo backstage. I'm going to bring him in a second. Let me see. Yo, Swan Song.
What's up?
Oh, how you doing? Do you got any more takes, bro?
No, it's like, no, I'm good. I'll listen.
All right, bro. We got Jaguayo backstage, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring him in, bro. Thanks for calling in, man. Really appreciate it as always, man.
Thanks for coming on, Swan.
Anytime, man. Thanks for having me.
You
Thanks,
have a
man.
great night, man. Take care. Yep.
You too.
Thank you. Jaguayo.
Hey, what's up? What's up,
Hey,
gentlemen?
how's it going?
It's going good. Getting
Yeah.
getting my emotions all in line for the
In
next
check.
step.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Right on. What's on your mind tonight?
so I just wanted to touch real quick on a couple of points. I know you got some other people there. Um, so the thing about I just wanted to touch real quick
Mhm.
on Jimmy. I heard that he's the soft cast or the boot is off, and that
Mhm.
he's walking around now in like
Yeah.
tennis shoes, sneakers, yeah. And so they said that he's gonna start trying to do some kind of a little bit of jogging, just kind of trying to get ramped up, which I think is a good thing because hopefully, right? I'm hopeful that we get to the Super Bowl, and that would be probably 2, 3 by like a month from now. And I think it would be pretty good to have Jimmy backing up uh,
Purdy.
Brock
Yeah.
instead of Josh Johnson. That's just
Yeah.
my opinion. That's just my
Yes,
opinion.
sir. Yes,
And
sir.
I think that the thing about Jimmy was, if you look at the what he did when he came in from for after Trey got injured, he did pretty good. He did, he did. He had like 16 touchdowns, four interceptions, and I think Purdy has like in the regular season, like I think 15, 13, 14 around there, and four interceptions. So they were pretty. Their rating was about the same. I
Mhm.
think Purdy was a little bit better, like 107 to 103. And so I think they're pretty similar. I think Purdy's a little bit more elusive, and I think he gets out of trouble, and he can make plays, extend plays, and make them happen down the
Yeah.
field. He's always keeping his uh, vision down the field,
Uh-huh.
and but I think the main thing that's gonna help us to beat Dallas is our offensive line. Our offensive line, from the time the history of the NFL, a great offensive line, you're gonna win. You're gonna win most games, and that's gonna be the key. That's gonna be the key because the Cowboys, they're pretty solid. D. Lawrence, and then they got Micah, of course, and those other guys down the line. Um, so I think the offensive line is going to be the main thing. That's the main thing. If we can't protect Purdy, it's going to be a long day. But if we can protect him, which we've turned out to be a pretty good protection squad, as opposed to before we used to be more of a running team. Now we're passing more because I don't know if I guess maybe Shanahan feels a little bit more confident with Purdy.
Mhm.
But whatever.
I
And
think
those
so.
are just kind of my takes of where we're at. And I think the injuries. I'm glad that we don't have too many injuries, right? Just Jennings, I think, and Ebukam. So yeah, I'm feeling confident, feeling good. What
Yeah.
do you guys think?
Even those guys, Jennings and Ebucom, even Kinlaw. I mean, they're practicing. They're limited in practice, but they're practicing. So that's very good indication. I worry a little bit about Kinlaw because of his injury history, man. So we'll see how that goes, man. But yeah, you're on point with everything. I think Kyle Shanahan does definitely have a lot more confidence in Brock Purdy. Ironically, even though he was the last pick in the draft. Feel free to take it from there, David, if you want.
Well, the fact that he was the last pick in the draft, he got overlooked. Do you think he has a chip on his shoulder? I mean, he might, right? He might have
Brock,
something to prove. I never thought
yeah.
of that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And
That's
I mean, when he was practicing, so let's face this. He's a rookie, yeah, but he's practicing against our defense, all week. every week up until when Jimmy got hurt. He practiced against our defense, which helped him along. And now he doesn't necessarily have an incredibly strong arm. It's stronger than Jimmy G's a little bit. I don't know. I mean, having Jimmy G on the bench, it would be nicer than Josh Johnson. I actually do have more faith in Jimmy G than Josh Johnson.
Yeah.
But at this point, I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, he has his free agency coming up, and his agent is going to have a lot to do with this. So I think his agent is going to tell him, don't suit up. You can't be taking risks.
I don't know. I think if he has the chance to up his stock, he might just take it. We have a shout out request right here. Aisha E. Waiters. My cousin says, shout out Tia Laura. Hey.
Aisha. Is it Aisha?
Yeah, Aisha.
Aisha.
Yeah. Hope you guys are doing good tonight, man. Thanks for chiming in. Nick Donald says, I think that Shanahan is going to give Lance a shot next season and give him the starter, but if he doesn't make improvements, then it's going back to Brock.
I can see an open competition happening here.
Not if Purdy wins the not if he wins a Super Bowl. I think at this point he's already taken the damn job, man. Like he didn't ask for it, he just took it, like straight up. There's no denying.
And that's how Kaepernick took it from Alex Smith too, right? But
basically,
yeah, it was an injury. It was an injury that brought Cap in. But yeah, that's what happened there too.
Jaguayo.
Man, I would love to see an open competition though, because just to see those two young QBs pushing each other, them doing things they normally wouldn't do to try to prove that they're better than the other guy.
Yeah,
it would make it's going to make for a very interesting training camp in OTAs. That's for sure.
Jaguayo, if you feel like chiming in at any time, feel free. If you got to go ahead as well.
No, that was it. I was just gonna say that we're at home, and I think that makes a big difference.
Yeah,
it really does, because I think last year we had to go away, to all the games against the Cowboys, against the Packers, and then we were away against the Rams, even though it's a home away from home. But either way, I think we got a little exhausted. I think we're deeper this year, and I think that's gonna be to our advantage.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'll let you guys go. Thanks for taking my call. Appreciate it all the time, and you guys stay blessed.
Always enjoy your calls, Jaguayo. Have a great night, man. Stay blessed as well.
Take it easy, buddy. It was good hearing from you.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, so yeah, man, like Jaguayo was saying, I mean, I think we got to call it what it is. In all reality, the 49ers do get 2 extra days of rest and preparation for this game. Not only that, it's a home game for us, which is one thing if we are located in the Midwest, but we are not. This is we're way on the West Coast, and the Cowboys just had to travel all the way to the East Coast. So they have to travel from the East Coast all the way back down to the West Coast. So I think it's going to take a toll, man. It took a toll on the 49ers last year. So we'll just see how the teams come out, man. And that's why I think a physical brand of football is going to bode very well for the 49ers, and just knocking the wind out of the Cowboys, all the more reason. Rob D. Art says, like and subscribe. All the cool kids are doing it. 100%, man. I would appreciate you guys. And I'm so sorry. I always have a hard time keeping up with the comments and the questions, but I'm trying to get through it as quick as I can, guys, while trying to provide a good conversation, good show at the same time. So yeah, sorry, guys. Trying my best. Ray Estrada or Roy Estrada? I think that's an A.
Roy Estrada.
Okay, Roy Estrada says, Cowboy fan here. Niners definitely better than Eagles, but don't underestimate the Cowboys. No pretending here. Purdy is better than Hurts. See you Sunday. Yeah, man. We can feel confident as we want this, and that. I don't think the Cowboys have really been tested, so that's why I kind of think they're pretenders. But I see the talent that's there, so exactly why I think it's going to be a good game regardless. I don't think it's a blowout, but just the way the 49ers have been performing, it's not a knock on the Cowboys. It's just the way the 49ers have been performing on this stretch. We're 11-0 now, and blowing teams out left and right. 4 straight games of 37 plus points. 7 out of the last 8 games we've scored 30 plus. So I think it's going to be a good game. I think the Cowboys can keep up in some fashion, but I am very confident when it comes to the 49ers. But any given Sunday, man, it's still playoff football at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what we got to worry about. It's just what any NFL team is capable of beating another NFL team,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just how it is. But I mean, the good thing we're playing at home. We lost one time this year. We're not traveling in the playoffs this year again. We'll at least have 2 games at home, depending on what well, we have to win this game before we talk about the next opponent.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's one game at a time, and I'm glad to see Cowboys fans in the chat,
Yeah.
But when it comes to overlooking teams, don't think that's going to happen. That happened in 2019, and I honestly think Kyle learned his lesson about overlooking teams when we played the Falcons at San Francisco and lost.
Yeah.
That loss made it so we had to play Seattle not only for the division, but for home field advantage.
Yeah.
Whoever won that game was gonna get it.
Yeah.
And Greenlaw, keeping that guy out of the end zone. That was such a great tackle. I mean,
man,
I was watching it going. I was watching it going. Did he actually? No, I don't think he got in. I think he's 2 inches short.
Close. So damn close.
The ball was
man.
2 inches short. It was really close.
Twice in one season, both sides of the coin, man.
Yep. And then hearing Chris Collinsworth, emotional damage.
Damage.
Yeah, going. I think he got in. I'm sitting there going, man, you're such a Niner hater. At that point, I was like, you're such a Niner hater. Come on, he didn't get in.
I feel that vibe from the entire NFL as an organization. But Gina Reppin DeBay in here says, let's effing go Niners. Hell yeah. Everybody go check out Gina Reppin DeBay Productions on YouTube. Please, that would be awesome. Roy Estrada again here says, Niners best team in the playoffs. Giants will upset Eagles. This is the best matchup of the playoffs. I think so, man. I think all eyes are going to be on the Niners-Cowboys game. I think it's a really good matchup, especially offensively. 2 pretty good defenses. I'm curious to see if Dak is going to throw any interceptions, because I think they said in his last 8 games, he's thrown 11 picks. I could be wrong, but it was pretty close to that. So I'm curious to see how that goes offensively for the Cowboys. But yeah, man, I think we're going to get treated with a lot of great football this weekend. What is it? It's Bills and Bengals, Jaguars, Chiefs. I don't think the Chiefs are going to blow out the Jaguars. I think that's actually going to be a decent game. Giants and Eagles. And he's saying this as a Cowboys fan. Within the division, he thinks the Giants are going to beat the Eagles. How much is that is wishful thinking? Because I find myself on that side of the court as well with wishful thinking. I don't know, but we'll see. I think the Giants are built for playoff football. Physical team, great run game, good quarterback.
Halftime adjustments.
Yes, sir. Edgar Ascoli says, hi, Niner Bros, and like for channel forward Bang Bro. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let me know if you guys got any comments and questions. Roy Estrada says, no hating here, nothing but respect for Niners, but Cowboy fan for life. Eagles are overrated. Hell yeah, man. Likewise, respect to you guys. Let me see if we have any more. Edgar Descoli says, sincerely, D'Amico with hand-to-hand at defense, our corner, no work. Without coverage is naivety. Yeah. Let me see. Well, I think they should play more press man, dude. Our corners, I think they're physically built for that brand of football. If we blitz more, that's going to help the corners with their coverages. If they play press man, it keeps the receivers from getting off the line for that much more time. So that builds more pressure in the backfield for the quarterback to get
And
the ball
if we
out on
blitz
time.
one guy, someone has to pick him up, and that's leaving our defensive line one-on-one.
Well, not always either, because that doesn't mean that the just because we blitz one guy doesn't mean the Cowboys are going to be in a spread formation, because they could be in a 2 tight end personnel or something like that.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. 21 personnel, something. Rafael 5629er says, does Debo have that TO in him and also in health? Hey, man. We'll see if there's going to be any standing in the middle of the. Oh no, wait, there is no star. What the hell am I talking about? But when he said that, I had the visual of To standing on the star after the touchdowns. So we'll see. We'll see if Debo has any special celebrations if he scores any touchdowns in this game. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird to me. It's just a different dynamic between Debo and To. It's just I don't know. It's just different to me. Of course, a different brand of football, their styles in play.
Debo will run a guy over, and when it comes to To, he was yards after the catch, but he was really good at running routes. He had good speed and size. So you could throw 50-50 balls to him, chances are he's going to catch it. Debo isn't necessarily the biggest guy. When it comes to muscles, yes, he is. But when it comes to how tall he is, he's not. But Debo also does run great routes and get open. But, instead of catching the ball and making a guy miss and running, he catches the ball, freight trains the dude, and then takes off over him and just keeps going. It's like, yeah.
That's why I think they should implement the quick slant, quick in, quick out with Debo again. We'll see if they bring back the bubble screens. They tried to run a couple screens to Debo last week. Didn't have a huge impact, but I think it built up to other things later on in the game, like that crosser route that went for like 80 yards. But yeah, man, getting the ball in his hands on like a quick slant where he could get a little bit of separation and then just hopefully break one loose from there on out, just like he did last week, I think is going to be something to look forward to. Roy Estrada says, streaks are meant to be broken. Levi's Stadium taking receipts. Uh-oh. Yeah, man. I mean, hopefully everybody, all the Cowboys fans and everybody comes here post-game as well, so we can all reflect and talk about everybody's receipts and everything, because I'm going to stick to my guns. I feel how I feel, and you guys have the right to feel confident in your guys' team as well. Ty Vo, thanks for being here as well, says the Cowboys will be on the road for 4 straight weeks, and that's a very great point that I forgot to bring up. Was this will be, I believe, the 4th straight week of the Cowboys being on the road as well. So similar situation to what the 49ers had to go through last year in the playoffs, something we already went through and talked to, that it takes its toll, especially during a playoff run, the second stretch of the season. So
yes, I honestly think it took the toll on us last year.
Yeah.
And then we had to go to Levi South and play the Lambs, and it had a couple. Well, there's a whole game of plays that could have gone better. Let's be honest.
Uh-huh.
But the two plays I focus on is Tart not having good hands, and then the drive that could possibly have been the game winning drive when Jimmy G throws a lame duck with a 4 sense of direction right to the ramp. It was like, and at that point, I was honestly thinking it was going to be his last pass as a 49er.
Uh-huh.
I mean, did you see that? I'm sure you saw the game.
Of course.
And when you saw Jimmy G throw that pass, did you say, oh, that's just going to be his last pass as a 49er? Did you go like, oh, man?
I don't know, because I've seen him take a lot of licks and get back up, man. Dude, that's one thing I like about Jimmy G
when
is
that happened.
His quick release in the face of pressure is something that I do really like and admire about his game. Is when he knows he's taking the hit and he's taking a big hit, but he has a quick release to get it in there. Like his hand flashes so quick, you don't even see the ball till it's at the receiver already, basically. And I think that's why a lot of his near picks are dropped, is because linebackers didn't really have the time to react from his quick release. I know we've talked about that before, but yeah, he got beat up a lot. So I thought he was pretty tough. I know he had his injuries, but Tommy,
that's why Jimmy was jittery G in the pocket, because of how many times he's been hurt.
He's ready to pull the trigger at any moment.
Hey, you remember me saying the man needs to go see a sports psychologist to get over that?
Yeah.
I'm just spitting facts. He really needs to.
To his credit,
I honestly think it would make him a better QB if he did.
I don't think this O-line as a unit was performing to the level that it is now back when Jimmy was the quarterback. At least this year I'm talking about. So,
well, McGlinchey's playing better than he ever has.
Less jitteriness this at least in pass protection. At least.
Yeah.
We all know his strength is supposed to be the run game.
Yeah.
But Tommy Huxley, thanks for being here, says Micah should quit talking. Last time he ran his mouth, what happened? Exactly, man.
Yeah, pancaked by everybody.
This is just like, this is not even just to Micah. This is just in general. At that point, you just want to let your play on the field talk. You don't need to run your mouth. But it is what it is, man. If he runs his mouth, reap what you sow, and we'll just see how it goes, man.
I remember him running his mouth last year. I remember Cowboys fans running their mouths about how Micah's going to get Jimmy G 5 times. And it's like he didn't really do anything over the course of the game.
You know what? Well, Tommy Huxley asks a good question here. He says, if we had DJ Jones, the Cowgirls wouldn't score 1 point. Why did we not re-sign him? Kinlaw isn't a pass rusher. Yeah, man. DJ Jones, I think that was a huge loss, man, as well as DeForest Buckner, of course. Both of those guys should have been brought back. Of course, the salary cap and stuff like that. The 49ers went and hedged their bets with Jimmy Garoppolo. They signed him to a $16 million contract of incentives. So they had to keep that money laced in the background in case it had to be utilized through those incentives. But yeah, man, I really wish we could have brought in those guys back. Guys like DJ Jones, DeForest Buckner, who else? Colton McKivitz. But Shanahan uses over-aggression against defenses, says Tommy Huxley. You could call it over-aggression or maybe just physicality, but I do think they were pretty, maybe almost over-aggressive last week against the Seahawks in the first half. I like the aggression, coming out, taking deep shots and stuff like that. Did you have any feelings, David, on just the overall aggression coming out of the game with Brock Purdy and trying to take those deep shots right away?
I like to see it because it makes the defensive coordinator and the defensive backs think about what they're doing.
Exactly.
But
do you think it was too much? Because I felt like it was a little too much in the rain.
Well, when it comes down to it, you need to stretch the field. You need to
Yeah.
open things up for everyone. Especially the short dinks and dunks and stuff like that we do because we got the Yak Bros.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a wise game plan. You start out the game that way. It makes the other team think, oh boy, we got to play honest. We got to play back, and that opens up the offense for everything else.
Well, yeah, exactly. I still thought it was a little much because they were doing it like every other play seemed like it was a deep shot, which is great. I still love it, but in the rain, it's tough. You saw that ball getting away from Brock Purdy in the first half. Um, but yeah, I mean, I like it. Like you said, it's not something we get to rejoice in really when Jimmy Garoppolo is the quarterback. I know people hate it. Some people hate it when I compare the two, but it's just the reality of the situation. With Jimmy Garoppolo, we didn't get a whole lot of deep shots, so we like getting the field stretched and opening things up for everybody on the offense. Albert Soto chimes in. He says, "What up, bro? Just dropping in. Any updates on injuries?" Yeah, like I said earlier, Ebucom limited, Jennings limited, both with ankles. Kinlaw knee was limited, so very curious to see how that pans out. Ambry Thomas no practice still as of yet, as well as Jimmy Garoppolo no practice yet. DB says, "What's your biggest concern for the Niners?" Not creating enough pressure on the defensive line uh, for Dak Prescott, not creating enough pressure on Dak Prescott. Do you agree with that, David, or do you got another one?
For the Niners, my biggest concern is their running back Pollard. He's been tearing it up this year, even against good defenses.
Yeah.
So
He was really
I'm not
tearing
worried
up.
about Zeke. Zeke ain't running away from anyone. But when it comes to Pollard, we're going to have to play some. We're going to have our defensive line not get moved around, and we're going to have to fill gaps. But Pollard is the main thing I'm concerned about. When it comes to Dak, last 11 regular season games, he threw 15 interceptions.
Yeah.
And I honestly think our defense will be able to get some pressure on him. And hopefully hopefully he makes mistakes.
I think our defense, well, first of all, we have the number one ranked run defense in the league, at least during the regular season. I think we struggle more with more bruiser type running backs, which I don't think Pollard would fit in that category. I think Ezekiel Elliott would be closer to that category. When I think about the guys we've struggled defending on the run, I know Kenneth Walker, we did better against him earlier in the season, but for whatever reason in this last game, the run defense struggled a little bit against Kenneth Walker and the Seahawks. And then in the Raiders game versus Josh Jacobs, two really good rookie running backs, pep in their step and really physical bruisers. So this is why I think Drake Jackson would be greatly utilized in this. I know, of course, everybody wants to say his weakness is the run game, but containing the run is part of it. Pollard is pretty slippery from what I've seen. He's really good at evading tackles. So I better see Drake Jackson activated on game day. Not just to contain the quarterback, but to contain the run as well. I don't want Tony Pollard getting to the outside. And Drake Jackson has those huge long arms. So that's my thoughts on it. Let me see. Again, guys, sorry I fall super behind on the comments and questions, but I'm trying my best. Rob D. Art says, Kyle likes competition. It will definitely be set up as a competition, even if he has number one in mind. Yeah. Well, when it comes to everything, yeah, he likes tryhards. He likes people that work for what they've got. So yeah, I know what you're talking about there. I think you're talking about the quarterback position, though. So, I mean, I think at this point, the way it's looking right now, Purdy's going to get the starting role, and Trey Lance just compete from the background, basically. And if you get a shot, because we've gone through two other quarterbacks this season, and so chances are Trey Lance could get a shot next year. Hopefully, both of them can stay healthy, both Purdy and Trey Lance. But just the revolving trend that goes on with the 49ers is being one of the most heavily injured teams every year. So we might need Trey Lance to step up at some point, and I think that's going to be his time to show what he's got and show it on the field on game day. I don't think it's going to happen on the practice field. Albert Soto says, what if Kyle rotates the quarterbacks depending on what team we play? That's not going to happen, man. If it were Madden, definitely, but I really don't think that's something that happens in the real world outside of, like the Saints with what's his name? What's that quarterback's name on the one that plays fullback and everything on the Saints?
Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill. Thank you. Yeah, I don't take Kyle Shanahan as that kind of guy. Yeah, no, I don't. I just don't see it. But I mean, it like anything is possible. I won't rule anything out. I just don't see it happening. Rob D. Art says both teams have weapons. Niners have more, but Niners have the coaching advantage. I think so, man. Like I said, I don't want to sound too confident, but I just think if I'm being honest, that's the reality of the situation. That's not even just to talk down the fans, the Cowboy fans that are in the chat. But Rick Diaz says, let's just take it one game at a time. I agree 100%. Tommy Huxley says, we put a 40 burger on the Sea Pigeons. They thought they had us at half. And he laughs his ass off. Yeah, that's super funny. I'm telling you, it was inevitable, man. He also says, even if the Cowgirls somehow win, they lose the NFC Championship. Teams went 0-15 after playing us. Yeah, they're basically the can't get rights. After they play the 49ers is every team basically. So take it for what you will. You can say that's just because they're bad teams, or a lot of people view it as it's because the 49ers just beat them up so badly that they just weren't ready for the following week. Jaguayo says, on your poll, Willis, Bowman still better, but if we win Super Bowl, Warner, Greenlaw will be legends. Yeah, probably, man. We'll have to see how the extensions go as well. And I think they could be on the brink of a legacy, man, as a tandem. So we'll just see how that pans out. Rob DeArt says, oh, go ahead, David. Did you have something to say? No? Okay. Rob D. Art says, Cowboys fans, don't forget to subscribe so we can continue the conversation after the game. Yeah, guys, you guys better not forget. You can take a receipt by subscribing. That is your receipt, because you will get the notification when I am live, and we can all handle the receipts. We can split the checks, all that type of stuff. Throw all our debit cards in a hat, pick one out. Albert Soto says, say we win the Super Bowl and next season we can make history winning back-to-back with two quarterbacks rotating, depending on what team we play. I mean, I can see a two quarterback system where, the little bit of rotation that Jimmy Garoppolo and Trey Lance had last year. But even then, they cut that out almost immediately. They tried it out for a little bit, and, whoever didn't like it, was voicing their opinion to Kyle Shanahan, or I don't know how much he liked it, but it seemed to be having some success, using Trey Lance in the red zone as a weapon, either as a scrambling quarterback. He threw his first touchdown in an NFL regular season game in the red zone as a rotation quarterback. Sorry, guys, if you guys could hear that. Got 49ers first takes in here. Says, what's up, guys? Hope you both are having a great night. And likewise, man, You guys go check us out on 49ers First Takes on Friday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific, I believe it is. Let me check a couple more of these comments, and we'll get through them, guys, and then we'll probably tap out of here in just a little bit. Michael Jordan said one time that I do my talking in the court, so the 49ers will be okay Sunday. We do a game talk, and if you in the field, yeah, Rick Diaz, exactly 100% what he said. I'll just point to this comment, what Rick Diaz said. Rob DeArt says, Niner Gang Wolfcast brought to you by Ricola Cough Drops.
Hey, Aaron's in the chat. What up?
I said that.
Oh.
This guy.
Hey.
I told you, I said 49ers First Take said, what's up, guys? Hope you guys are both having a great night. And I even said, check us out on Friday nights.
That's right.
Got David McNiner sleeping. But Ty Vo, I think is how you pronounce it, says our defense hasn't been getting home. Dak is capable of tearing up secondaries. Yes, it's concerning. Yeah, man, that's like I said earlier. That's why I think he has the opportunity or the potential to gash the 49ers defense up more than Geno Smith does, is because of that. He can throw the ball all over the field, and he can run the ball if things are open for him. So gap discipline, of course, on the D line. You got any thoughts on that, David? Looked like you wanted to say something.
Well, our defense is, the last several weeks, the Cardinals, right off the bat, they burned us. That's happened a couple times. That's happened a couple times over the course of the season, though. And I mean, they need to step it up. They were the best defense in the league over the course of the season, and it's the playoffs. Last week we played the Sea Chickens, and DK Metcalf cooked us for 136 yards. He's a different type of player, though. He's big, he's fast, he's what you want in a wide receiver, right? Any team. But when it comes to this week, we got CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup, and then their tight end's pretty good, Schultz, but I don't see them being that scary.
Yeah.
I am seriously more worried about Pollard just because he's having a big year.
Yeah. Yeah, his peers sent him to the Pro Bowl over CMC. So as a pure running back, he's probably better than CMC, but CMC, I think we all know he's just a better weapon than probably all running backs in the league. I really like JaMychal Hasty. I think he would have been a really great change of pace back for CMC, man. He was a really good third down scat back. And I think he was quicker than CMC, man. He had really, really quick movements. And he can catch the ball. But he's not here anymore. He's with the Jaguars. Congratulations to him. He's in the playoffs again. But let me see. Yeah, man, our defensive line needs to get home. They need to create that pressure on Dak Prescott. I think we all know that. Don't let him connect with Dalton Schultz. That connection over there is kind of looking like the Jimmy Garoppolo connection to George Kittle a little bit. So we'll see how that plays out. But I think our linebackers are very well suited to match up against this tight end, and really any tight end. So I can see him getting shut out of the game completely. Maybe 20 yards, 2 or 3 catches for 20 yards, maybe. 49ers First Takes. Aaron says pass rush and containing mobile quarterbacks needs to be at its all-time best. Yeah, I mean, from here on out,
he's not lying though. I mean, we have a bad habit of running in too far and giving the quarterback wide open spaces to take off in. And that's another thing that we need to activate Drake Jackson for. He's fast.
Yeah, he'll catch Dak Prescott from behind.
I
After,
honestly, I wouldn't be heartbroken, and I love our linebackers. Don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't be heartbroken if we just put Jimmy Ward out there instead of Aziz Al Shire and let him spy the quarterback.
yeah, I mean, I would leave that to one of the linebackers, but yeah, that would be pretty cool too as well.
I mean, Jimmy Ward's a good player,
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's just as fast as Dak is, if not a little faster.
Oh, he's definitely faster than Dak. Yeah,
Yeah,
this dude keeps up with wide receivers and tight ends, so he's definitely faster than Dak. He's got better agility as well too. So I mean, just overall, Jimmy Ward, he catches up to everybody and he's really good at tackling and he hits like a mother. So I mean, him matched up as a quarterback spy would be cool. Um, I like him more in the secondary, uh covering the secondary, but I mean, that would be cool too, just to mix it up. Tommy Huxley says, if we get pressure, need to hurry him to make mistakes. That's exactly the point. That's why we want to get pressure on him. We don't want him at any point in time to get comfortable. I think we saw when Dak Prescott was gashing the Buccaneers over and over again that he was way too comfortable in the pocket. And that's what we don't want. That's why we want to disguise all our coverages, all our lineups, all that stuff, all our formations so that we can confuse him when it comes to the coverage, and then when it comes to the pass rush as well. We have to rush guys like Warner, Jimmy Ward, Talanoa Hufanga, even Greenlaw, 5-man fronts as well. I would like to see. But yeah, guys, we'll wait and see. We're going to close out the show right now. Information Man Show, peace and respect. And likewise, thank you. Cowboy fans, don't forget to subscribe so you can take your receipts after the game. And likewise, Rob D'Art says, "Great show, guys. Always appreciate your perspective." And likewise, man, you always come with the fire questions, man. So, Rob D'Art, thanks for always being here. New York Niner Empire logo on his picture. And David, as always, thanks for joining in and helping out with the stream, man. You're always the
yep.
GOAT. Do you have any thoughts before we close out?
We got to play 49er football at home against the Cow Patties. And it's just time. I remember the 90s. I remember the rivalry. And yes, I do truly hate the Cow Patties. So it's time to get some paybacks.
Hell yeah. 559er in here tapping in before we take off. Good night, homies. And good night to you, 559er as well. Shout out to the 559 over there in Cali. Love that area, especially Yosemite. Oh my God. Rafael 5629er says, like and subscribe, everybody. Yes, please. Please, please, please like the video, subscribe, all that stuff. Lauren Lee tapping in. What's up, guys? Good show, and I'll see you on Friday. Hell yeah, Lauren Lee. Thanks for tapping in. And looking forward to seeing you. Goats. Got Christina and Hernandez in here clapping for us. But everybody, thanks for all the love and support, guys. Please continue to show it. Let's have a great week. Keep an eye out for me. I will be going on other shows. I will be streaming as well on my channel. So keep a lookout. I don't have any exact layout for when the shows are going to happen, but like I said, bell notification, subscription, that's how you will know, guys. Friday for sure on 49ers First Takes. Everybody have a great night and go Niners.
Go Niners.